Hello, I am Brielle Fitnick of AHS-TV. Today I am joined by Mrs. McFarland to talk about the benefits of the Play School program in our child development courses. But before we get into it, our own Lily Talladay took to the halls of AHS to take a closer look.
Hello, I'm Lily Talladay of AHS-TV, and I hit the halls of AHS to see what our student body thinks of our child development program.
I'm here with
Annika Tatsak, Stephanie Myers,
Piper Corman,
Kiana Cherry.
Brielle Fitnick.
Do you take any child development classes?
Yes, I've taken all 4. I did. I took Child Development 1 in 10th grade.
Yes, I've taken all 3.
Yes, I took 1.
Yes, I've taken 4.
Why do you take these classes?
I like working with kids and I want to be a teacher.
I took it because I wanted to be a pediatric nurse, and I figured since I'm going to be working with infants and children that it would benefit me. And then when I'm an adult and have a family of my own, I think it would benefit me as well.
I think they benefit for everyone, no matter if you're going into a child education or just if you're going to have children in the future.
So I could carry the baby around.
Because they're fun and I really want to be an elementary school teacher, so.
How do they benefit you in that aspect?
It helps us learn how to work with kids. It gives me a better idea of what to look for in children, how to communicate with them, how to make sure that they're okay, signs of if they're in distress or something. So yeah.
I would say definitely dealing and understanding how a child thinks and works.
Because I want to be an elementary teacher.
It's pretty much like you teach a class, so it's what I'll be doing my whole life and teaches you how the kids think.
What skills have you gained from these classes?
Patience and responsibility.
Good answers. Thank you.
Skills I've gained, communication skills. I don't know if noticing skills, but like I notice more with children now, like when something's bothering them, how to help them, and just like really anything to go along with that.
Just learning how to work with children.
Good answer. Thank you.
Probably just helping kids learn and using critical thinking skills to get them using their gross and fine motor skills.
All right. Thank you.
Our own Maddie Sturgeon chatted with Mrs. Poster, a teacher here at AHS, to take a closer look.
What experience do you have within child development?
I have been a child development teacher in Armstrong School District on and off for about 20 years.
Okay, and why do you think it's important for schools to offer child development skills?
It's important so that we have our students, whenever they become future parents, are better educated into how to care for children, and they also develop a lot of skills whenever they're in our program.
Yeah, and do students learn skills that are useful for parenting in the future?
Absolutely. They're going to learn about ages and stages and why children act the way they do, and when they can cognitively be able to understand different bits of information for how they grow and develop.
Can this class help with students' leadership skills?
Absolutely. We have our students, whenever they're in our program, some of the skills that they're picking up are good communication skills. They are leading the classroom by teaching their lessons, which is wonderful. And they're able to do other things such as problem solving. They're being flexible with their daily schedule, and they're picking up a lot of skills with how to properly interact with children.
And how can this class help students who want to work in a career with kids?
Within our program, if students take Child Development 1 through 4, they're actually able to earn 45 hours of on-site experience within our program, and those credit hours actually do help them to be able to get jobs above other students.
All right, there you have it, folks, straight from the Hawk's beak.
Maddie also got a hands-on tour from Mrs. McFarland.
3, 2, 1, okay. This is our tour with our child development teacher, Mrs. McFarland. She's going to show you a little bit of her room and just the basics of how the play school works.
Yeah, so thanks for coming. What usually happens is we have 3 to 4 weeks to prepare, get everything ready. It takes a week for them to decorate, so we have down there the bathroom door. So we have a child development bathroom down there for the kids with, little kid side potty, and the wood shop made us step stools. So we have those doors decorated, and then here, and so come on into our classroom. And we have this door.
The decorated door.
So spring is our theme, and the kids just do a good job decorating everything. Today our unit is on plants and flowers, so they'll be coming out, bringing the little kids to figure out how tall they are, and they'll put a big leaf with their name there.
All right, let's go. All right, this is where all the kids come in.
We start out with free play, so we kind of hide the toys, but until we get all the kids here and the teachers are set up for the day, they have probably a good 10 to 15 minutes of free play. And then did you want to take them through what we do here?
All right, so I haven't done this yet.
So here's the free play, and then the kids are going to take their attendance. So we have just a small little attendance chart. We're like, is Will here? And it's neat to see, the 2-year-olds, they have a struggle with fine motor skills trying to put their sticker on. And then after attendance, we do stand and say the pledge. And what do you say? They're not the best at saying the pledge, but after 18 days, I think they get really close.
Yeah.
Some of the big words, they struggle with, but they get better at it. And then the calendar. Did you want to show them that? For the calendar, we just do, does anyone know what month it is? Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. Last month was March, so we always, just March in place. They're like, it's March. April, they've been seeming to get this year, which is great. And then we go ahead and do the day. So 8, if they don't know, we'll count to it. We count to it either way. And then we do the days of the week song, which by the end of the 18 days, they definitely should know the days of the week. So we try and get them to figure out, today's Wednesday, and if not, what day was yesterday and all that. We'll do the weather and the season. And then after that, we go straight into their mini lesson. So all the students have to do a slideshow. And with the slideshow, we tell the kids right away that they can't read. So this is one time where you can actually say, ask the kids, what's your favorite farm animal and all that. And they do a very interactive slideshow. It's probably 5 to 10 minutes at the most. Then after that, they go over here. And this is where we do have our circle time. So all the kids will be sitting a butt on a rug. We do say that. And then the students will be reading whatever story it is to them. So each day they have a slideshow. We use it 2 different ways. One to teach them, second time to quiz them. They'll have 2 separate books, before snack and after snack, 2 crafts, and that kind of wraps up our day. So again, it's a play school. We're focusing on the social development rather than necessarily the intellectual, but I think they learn a lot, don't you?
Yeah, and honestly, throughout the course, you can see how some of the kids come out of their shell and they just start interacting with all of us. And like you said at the beginning, there's going to be a kid that attaches onto you and kind of just goes to you. So it's really nice to just kind of develop relationships with the kids.
Yes, it is great. Here, we'll show you. So since I do obviously still teach cooking, my morning is usually culinary arts, so we are in the kitchen. And again, we only have those 3 weeks or so for the kids to plan. They have to put everything, I call it a bag of crap, but clearly it's a box of stuff. But they put everything in here that they actually need for the craft. This takes them an entire week to do their lesson plan, to figure out what 2 crafts they're going to do. They have to have worksheets, they have to have coloring sheets, they have to have everything planned and ready to go, other than scissors and glue and all that stuff that we all use. And then it just gets stored up here. So these are all the lessons we have left to do. And then our preschool will be over, and we do have a graduation day where we sing our songs. We have Wheels on the Bus? So Wheels on the Bus that we'll sing and do motions with for their parents and grandparents down there, and we give them certificates and individual awards. We set up the mini tables for them to use.
This
and
is where they do their snack, their crafts, all that.
And it's fun to see, a 3-year-old using scissors for the first time. It's a little scary, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
But we show them how to do it safely, and it always seems to work. And we prepare snack back there, and they have their little cubbies for their craft supplies, and we always do a healthy snack. So here's leftover from farm animals, and we have their sippy cups that we'll send home with them. Yeah. But it's a great program, don't you think?
I really enjoyed it, and I think they all do too. You can tell they have fun. And they learn a lot. Yeah.
It's fun. I have our first year. I have some 8th graders now that went through the program, and now I see them here, so it's fun.
All right, well, that's all of our tour. I hope you enjoyed it, and thank you, Mrs. McFarland, for showing us around.
Yes, thanks. Bye.
Well, there you have it, folks, straight from the Hawk's Beak.
Just as no 2 oak leaves are the same, your journey at IUP is uniquely yours. Yours to explore your interests, pursue your passions, discover your calling. You will face challenges. Success comes with challenges, but you'll never have to go it alone. Whatever you need, from academics to wellness support, we'll be here for you throughout your journey. Get in the Grove at IUP.
I'm now in the studio with Mrs. McFarland to talk about the benefits of the Play School program within our child development courses. Would you please tell us a little bit about yourself for our viewers?
Hello. Well, I am a teacher here at Armstrong High School. I've taught for 23 years, and Family and Consumer Sciences is my subject.
All right. Can you talk a little bit about the child development program here at AHS?
Here at Armstrong, we have a Child Development 1, 2, 3, and 4 class. Child Development 1, we talk about from pre-conception, so from conception the whole way up to the age of 2, and that's always in the fall. And then for Child Development 2, we cover preschool, and we actually run an in-house preschool for 6 weeks here in the spring. And then Child Development 3, we go up to about the age of 5, and then Child Development 4, we go the whole way up to high school age students.
Oh, yeah. It's a very fun program.
It is.
The Play School program is a part of child development here at AHS. Can you tell us how it works as part of the program, which kind of ties into the previous question?
So for Child Development 1's always in the spring. We usually have about 60 to 70 students here that go through that program. And then the students that really like that program, then we go right into Child Development 2, 3, and 4. Child Development 1, that's where they have the real care baby, the fake baby.
Yeah.
I know that you took that.
Yeah.
So students get a little dose of what it's like to actually care for an infant, especially overnight. And then Child Development 2, we run an in-house preschool. And then 3, the students teach the life skills students 1 day, 1 period. And then for Child Development 4, they teach an entire week to the life skills students.
Yeah, all right. Can you tell us a little bit about what your class does to prepare for the preschoolers coming in? And
for Child Development 2, 3, and 4, we need about 3 to 4 weeks to prepare. I know with the snow days it was a little tough this year, so we were a little short, but the students actually get partnered up and they come up with a theme. So it could be colors, shapes, sizes, St. Patrick's Day, Easter, superheroes, farm animals, zoo animals, whatever they want. Then they go find 2 appropriate children's books, which they actually read to the preschoolers. They create a slideshow, and then they have to come up with 2 crafts. So you can see some of our crafts here, and then they also come up with a healthy snack to prepare a day. So all that takes about a week. They write a lesson plan that's pretty detailed. That takes another week. We have a week to decorate the room, and then hopefully I have a week to teach them how to teach. If not, I always start Child Development 2 using my Child Development 3 students, which you already have done, as the teachers for the Child Development 2 students. So it's really neat because they learn from their peers.
yeah. Can you tell us, like, what ages of children are in your program, and how does it vary, like, challenging-wise, teaching them?
Absolutely. So we recommend ages 3 to 5, potty trained. However, we've taken 2-year-olds, especially teachers' kids that are 2, 2.5. It's just harder with that age group because the attention span's so much shorter, as you can tell in class. So then it's neat, though, because then the students have to differentiate and kind of, it's nothing you can prepare for whenever a 2-year-old has a little meltdown. But it's fun for them to see how to think on their feet and pull that little 2-year-old off to the side, get them back on task and back ready to go. But 3, 4, and 5 is ideal. And these students, some of them come in a little timid, a little crying, and then they leave brave and ready to learn.
Yeah. So leaning into that a little bit, how does the Play School program benefit these children that are coming in like the long run?
The children that are coming in for the first time, this is their first exposure to a preschool environment.
Yeah.
So again, they're a little timid, but then they walk out very confident. We're a play school, so we focus on play. We do obviously teach throughout that, but just like kindergarten was when I was growing up, it was focused on social skills and play. Unfortunately, now kindergarten is more like a first grade level, but we are focusing on sharing, taking turns, playing, appropriate play, appropriate interaction, all of that.
Yeah. Do you notice students becoming more patient or understanding after taking this class?
Absolutely. There's nothing you can actually teach like teaching by doing. So whenever I get the kids in there and I let them struggle a little bit, you know, I'm often in my seat watching the play school happen, and then I let them struggle a little bit, and then I'm like, hey, what kind of glue did you use? Was that Elmer's or a glue stick? Hey, do a book scan. But they are, the high school students are great at learning and adapting, and that's what this whole program's for.
Yeah. Does this class help students learn how to work together and collaborate to teach lessons?
Yes, again, they partner up for Child Development 2. Child Development 3, they teach the life skills students 1 whole day in our unified program. So one period, I guess I should say, in our unified program, and they do that by themselves. And then in Child Development 4, they will actually create an entire unit. So it could be cookies or dips or crafts and tie-dye and colors. And they'll come up with an entire 5-day lesson plan that they actually teach 9th period to our unified students. And the teachers that really want to be teachers, they come out beaming, like they know that that's what they want.
Yeah. That's what that class did for me. It really is a good class to take, like especially if like you're interested in like going in the teaching field. And that's like what validated wanting to be a teacher for me. So, what are the main goals of the Play School program for the children?
Again, for the Play School program, it's a play school, so social skills for sure. We usually don't even teach school roles. I know in kindergarten and in preschool, the whole first month is nothing but school roles. We actually just jump in. Some kids will raise their hands, some won't. We only have anywhere usually from 8 to 12, sometimes 15 preschool kids. So with that, and then knowing that we have, so if I have a class of 15 students, there may be 2 teachers of the day there. The other 13 students, high school students, are then helpers and aides. So we don't really have to focus on rules so much and following along. It's more about teaching, get the kids involved, and then interacting, appropriate interactions.
Yeah. Do parents, after their children enter this program, do they ever come up to you and be like, hey, like, my child is doing this and this? Like, what do they tell you?
Yeah, it's usually a drop off and pick up each day. You know, the kids go running out, Mommy, Daddy, and they have all this stuff to blurb out what they did. And then usually the next day, the parents will actually give me a little feedback, what they talked about, how cute it was. Mrs. Craven just told me a cute little thing that JoJo just told her about our leprechaun that visited us yesterday. So it is great to see that. And then it was awesome because we've done this since we've opened here at Armstrong for 10 years. However, we missed 3 with COVID, so this is our 7th year. But I actually have some 7th and 8th graders that went through the program, so it's awesome to see them and talk to them.
Yeah. So what kind of activities, like how does it vary for kids, like during the play school? Like what all do they do?
Okay, so for play school, what happens, again, they come up with that theme. Then they create they find 2 books. These are 2 books we actually created our first year here. I wrote a grant to try and get all the supplies and all the books and everything we needed. But these are 2 books that we actually do, and these would be school rule books. And then they come up with 2 crafts and 2 crafts. This year we just kind of added some new things, but every year we build on what the students have kind of done in the past. Our first year, we only started with 1 book, 1 craft, 1 snack, and lots of free play. And you can tell whenever you have 2, 3, and 4, and 5-year-olds with free play, it gets a little rowdy. So we've actually built it up to basically a good solid 1 hour and 15 minutes of actual instruction time, and then 15 to 20 minutes of free play.
Yeah. What makes the play school experience different than just learning out of a textbook?
Well, it's the same thing whenever you took the real care baby home, that fake baby. Nothing can tell you like you're going to be up all night, other than being up all night. So whenever the students, it's great, you know, seeing kids hold scissors upside down and then, you know, not even holding them like this and just showing them how to go over and correct them.
Yeah.
And then watching kids blossom and be like, oh, he needs help, she needs help, I can go and assist. And the high school students have that confidence, and it just kind of trickles down to where the elementary and the preschool kids have the same.
How do you make sure the environment is safe and supportive for the young children entering the building?
This spring, I actually taught a family and consumer sciences grade 8 class in my classroom. Wow. So we had pins and needles and sewing machines. I got all that done out of the way because obviously we can't have pins and needles and scissors. But we do, it is a cooking classroom, so I do have the kitchens. We kind of keep it in an area where the students are not exposed to any of the kitchen utilities just by rearranging all the desks and stuff. But we do every day, you know, the teachers of the day, they come in, they grab their lunch, they come up, they set up, we do a quick scan, make sure everything's safe. We try to prevent any accidents that could occur through prevention, and then we're just there if something were to happen.
Yeah. What responsibilities do, say, the other students in the classroom that aren't teaching that day, what kind of role do they take on?
So they're the helpers, they're the aide. Could you imagine having a preschool where there's like 2 teachers and 14, 15 aides?
Wow.
It would be a dream come true. But they actually are building each other up, I guess I would say. You know, if you're reading the story to the classroom and maybe little Johnny is a little off task, they'll go over and just get him back on task. But it's neat because by watching, you know, you get to observe teachers, and I know you want to be a teacher, and it just gets them observing different teaching styles, and they learn by watching.
Yeah. So, are there any other specific challenges that come with running the play school?
In the spring, it's always in the spring, we do try to run it the end of February, all of March, and part of April. So obviously we have the weather. For the first time, I built in 2 snow days. We had to use both of them. That can be a challenge. It can be a challenge actually finding some kids that are free for 11:30 to 1:30. If they're a teacher's kid, I actually keep them during my prep period to just make that more convenient for them. But that could be a challenge sometimes because we do have so many students in preschool now. But we have students that come Tuesday, Wednesday. Some students come Wednesday. Some come Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday.
Yeah. How do your students learn to manage a group of young children?
Again, by doing. Absolutely by doing. Again, I know you're going to be an elementary educator, which is a wonderful calling, but I could not do that because, again, sometimes lucky the leprechaun visited us yesterday. Kids were a little sugared up, just a little bit. I think we gave them 1 or 2 little pieces of treats that they received. But by them seeing how kids can go from mellow to a little hyperactive rather quickly, and then remembering they may be the only teacher or possibly a teacher and an aide in the room of 15 to 25 kids, good luck. So it's kind of interesting to just see that dynamic play out.
They were really excited yesterday.
Yes, that's one of our favorite lessons.
So what type of lessons are taught in the play school area?
Okay, so the students have to do a lesson plan. It's rather detailed. It's about 3 pages. They have to do a slideshow, which is what they're going to teach from. And it's awesome because I tell the students that the kids can't read. We know all the time we say, don't put exactly what you want on a slideshow. You could write it. Like, ask the kids, what's your favorite holiday? So they do a slideshow that they'll teach from. Then we do a book, followed by a craft that goes with the book. Then it's snack time, so we wash hands in snack time. Then we're back to the slideshow, and they're quizzing the kids, and it's fun to quiz the kids. We just did an awesome transportation unit. The kids knew all the transportation, hot air balloon, a blimp, all of it except for taxi cab and a yacht, which makes sense. We're here in Katanning,
Yeah.
But we quiz the kids. We try to get those words that they didn't grasp, and then another book, another craft, and then we have free play. And just like every preschool, we start with circle time. So we do the attendance. They come up and get their sticker and put it on the chart. We stand and do the pledge. Then we go ahead and do our date calendar, days of the week. They can never remember February, but March they remember. So we do the calendar and the weather, and then we have our days of the week song, which is amazing to see a little 2-year-old not know the 7 days of the week, and by the end they're saying days of the week. They're saying it all. And then we have a Wheels on the Bus song, and then the kids have to do a gross motor. So they have to do fine motor skills with the arts of crafts. And again, it's really interesting to watch a 2-year-old put a sticker on or use scissors. And then for the gross motor, which is, like a recess for us, they need to get up and dancing and interactive, and these kids are great movers.
Yeah. So I know you kind of answered this previously, but the play school program, it's obviously improved over the years. What were kind of the steps that you took to improving the play school?
Again, every year we try to make improvements. Actually, after every week, I jot down little things that I see to tell the students, hey, whenever we're free play, make sure you're away from the doors so we have an easy access. But every year we just kind of see different things on Pinterest and we just kind of add to it. This year we've added worksheets, so if maybe Jimmy's done early, he can sit there and kind of do a worksheet. If we have Sally and she needs a couple more minutes. But we just kind of keep building it up, and different suggestions and different themes and different children's books we find. Just same as you will do as a first-year teacher compared to a 23rd-year teacher, you build up that program.
Yeah, so what is the most rewarding part of this whole play school program that you run every year?
I think helping students find their calling. And again, it's not just for teachers. I wish Child Development 1 was required. It's a little frustrating that public speaking is required here. And yes, you're going to use public speaking, but being a parent or being a fun aunt or a grandpa, that's a huge calling itself. I wish that everyone had to do Child Development 1, take that fake baby, learn all of the
5 areas of development, PIEs, physical, intellectual, emotional, social, and moral. And then if everyone could kind of do a preschool, maybe even just a mini preschool unit, so that they understand that, you know, a 2-year-old's negativism and they're going to do the opposite, and their attention span's 5 minutes, and that a 5-year-old's ready to go, and how to talk and interact with them.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. It's a class that I think everyone should take. It's amazing. And well, that's all for this segment of Best of the Nest. I'd like to thank Mrs. McFarland for joining me today to talk about the Play School program here at AHS. I am Brielle Fitnick of AHS-TV, and until next time, from our nest to yours, keep on soaring.